Breaking news.
Here we go.
Tim Tebow has risen, and he's wearing a Yellow Jackets fit every Saturday for you folks.
Oh, come on.
Haynes King. Haynes King is Tim Tebow 2.0 without the Florida fit and the supporting cast. What the hell is taking everyone's... I'm annoyed. I just haven't dug into Haynes King. Like, I saw him at Manning Passing Academy. I see him watching games on Saturdays. I haven't dug into his tape because he's not really one of the top 15 quarterback prospects. I just went through and I started watching tape, and I kept watching more and more and more. And like every 5 plays, I'm like, oh, this is Tim. What's different? It's the uniform, the supporting cast.
He's not as thick. I don't think he's as thick or powerful as Tebow was.
But he's the closest thing to Tim Tebow that we've had since Tim was reigning terror on the SEC and had moms and grandmothers and sisters like worshiping at his feet.
I love Haynes King, by the way. Love Haynes King. I think Tim Tebow's a different level, but go ahead.
I am uniquely qualified. No one took on more water than I did for a 4-month stretch when I made the decision based on tape that Tim Tebow is not going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. And that was and I was too young to even know that a hot take could help my career. In fact, when it started to happen and we saw people at the Senior Bowl and national media flooding around, and all of a sudden I got a circus around me and I'm hiding out in the bus with you and Weidel because I don't want to go outside and answer more questions. And I go to Thanksgiving and my mom and my sister, wonderful human beings, very religious, God-fearing humans, are screaming at me and don't even want to pass the mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving meal because I'm saying Tebow's not a good prospect. And I got Shelly in the Urban Meyer house. I can't walk in the house, into the front door until I have a conversation with her. That was a hard period of time in my life. You know that.
Yeah, I remember.
Mail during the anthrax time from Baptist preachers down south praying for my hatred. Those are all true stories. I got Tim Tebow's mom pulling me outside over pro day and thanking me for providing motivation for her son, and that they pray for me.
A real bless your heart moment.
The reason I bring up all those interesting stories is, do you know how many times I went back to Tim Tebow's tape to double check and triple check and like not do a 90th check to make sure I'm absolutely right? Because I'm realizing this is like a cross I'm going to have to die on. Not to bring it back to the religious part that I started the entire show with.
This take is going to get some real attention, by the way.
I'm not even trying for I'm just telling you.
I know you're not.
And
I even Googled
when I was done last night, and I'm writing down my notes, like I don't understand why this has not been like there should be like game day features on like Tim and showing some of the highlights. They play the game the same exact way. Yes, you can nitpick like one's a little. I think Haynes is a little bit more fluid and athletic. We all know that Tim was more powerful and was the squats and the lifting and the strength. But like they both play the game with this aggressive, physical, attacking style. They can't beat you on a lot of pro-style schemes. They're not going to beat you with their anticipation and throwing the ball into tight windows or even driving it down the field vertically, but for an occasion when the scheme and their fear that they install or whatever they strike into the defense creates a one-on-one where they can take a shot down the field. This is an offense operated by Haynes King on power, aggressiveness, toughness, run threat, and leadership that just is Teflon tough. There is no quit in this man. I'm not saying he's superhuman. I'm just saying there's like God only makes a handful of these kind of competitive cats. And so when this ball is snapped to him, is it a QB power? Is it a zone read option? You got to defend all 52 plus yards horizontally. And you better be ready to buckle it up because we got a fullback playing quarterback. And that's what Tim was. Tim was the best fullback maybe in the history of college football, but he was getting the ball snapped directly to him. And he had instincts and game awareness and a toughness and this drive that like very few have ever had playing college football. In fact, that drive was so strong and the power running And the commitment and the desire to win was so great. He even won an NFL playoff game. And I remember sitting in the green room in Bristol, Connecticut, and Trent Dilfer, who agreed with my assessment and was my supporting camp the whole time, like, your eyes aren't wrong in what you're seeing with Tim. Hang in there, kid. I know you're getting chastised and ruined publicly, but you're not wrong. Came to me and said, you know what? We may have made a mistake on Tim. Maybe we didn't factor in just like that unique trait, which is his competitiveness and his toughness and his ability to see creases and grind it out in those certain moments. And I'm watching Haynes King, and I'm watching the numbers he's putting up, and I'm watching an undefeated season for Georgia Tech. And I'm looking around and I'm saying, yeah, the offensive line's good, grinding group. Wide receivers are making catches when they need to. Running backs are, but this is all Haynes King carrying Georgia Tech in the same way that Tebow got up in the press conference was after Ole Miss and like, this will not happen again, and apologizing. There is a drive in Haynes King that we haven't seen in a quarterback since Tim Tebow in college football. And this Georgia Tech team is primed to maybe go undefeated in the regular season and be in the college football playoff. And it's because of King. And I'm shocked that this hasn't been more of a thing, because I just see Tim Tebow when I watch Haynes King on Saturdays.
I love it. Listen, there's a lot, we get caught up in hyperbole sometimes, and there's a lot of tough and competitive kids who play college football. I can say this, I'm not going to say who's the toughest is. There's no one tougher or more competitive than Haynes King. I can say that comfortably. He is the key to everything they do. I understand that. I got to watch more. I got to go back and watch more, because I don't know if I can go Tebow, man. But again, I love the player. I always feel like you put me in these spots where I'm not ready to go as far as you are, and then all of a sudden it sounds like I don't like the guy. Haynes King is awesome. Haynes King is awesome. And he's been awesome for a while now. If you watch that Georgia tape last year, he is just a gutsy kid.
He's Tebow 2.0.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead. You're
fine.
right.
Fine.